Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are doing lekker. It is finally time. This is a long-awaited, overdue project that I was busy with, but I finally got all the stuff together, and I'm finally happy to share with you guys my personal best monk solo PVE dungeon build that I found on Diablo Immortal. It is absolutely amazing. It is absolutely stunning. And it is very easily to farm the build. You don't need any help from anyone. It is purely a solo PvE dungeon build, and I must say it is absolutely strong. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but please, if you like these type of contents, remember to drop a like, drop a sub, and if you have any recommendations on builds, or if you even want to share your build, leave a comment down below. I would appreciate it. But guys, most importantly, remember, take care of yourself, drink enough water, and stay thirsty. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to be needing for this build is the abilities, because of course without the abilities you won't be able to do much in the game. So the first ability that we're going to be using is Cyclone Strike, which generates a vortex of wind which pulls in the enemies and deals an amount of damage. The second ability is going to be Inner Sanctuary. Place a runic circle of protection for 9.2 seconds that reduces all damage taken by you and your allies within the circle. But the thing about this is, you will guys see later on once we come to the gear, that it's going to be changing up the Inner Sanctuary a little bit, but not that much. Thirdly is Mystic Allies. It summons 2 spirit allies to fight by your side for 10 seconds. They deal an amount of damage with each attack and have life equal to yours. And this is absolutely so strong, especially for the solo dungeon build that you can't rely on teammates, or maybe don't even have any teammates to do dungeons with you. That's why Mystic Allies is one of the most important abilities in this build. Last but not least is Mystic Strike. Dash forward 4.5 yards and leave a spirit behind that will return, pulling in all enemies in its path and you dealing an amount of damage. A player can only pull once every 3 seconds and it has a maximum charges of 3. And then the primary attack that you are going to be using is Fist of Thunder. Teleports to a nearby enemy and unleash a rapid succession of punches that is each deal an amount of damage, and then you can teleport again after the third hit. Each player can be teleported to a target only once for every 3 seconds. Now we come to the clothing parts. Which gear, which armor, which shoulders, and which weapons. The weapons are consisted of 2 different for the offhand, but that I'm going to leave up to you guys, whatever you're going to use. But let's start out with the head. The head that I use is the Solace of the Peaks. What it does is, remember I told you guys it changes up the Inner Sanctuary a little bit. So what the Solace of the Peaks do is the Inner Sanctuary becomes a chilling circle, continuously damaging and challenging enemies within, but no longer protecting you and your allies. Inner Sanctuary damage is increased by 6%. This is absolutely really good for the solo PvE due to the AoE damage that it does over time, which will help you, especially when you're competing against the elite bosses. Secondly is the shoulders. The shoulders I chose is Ascending Rain Cloud. After using Mystic Strike, your invasion rating is increased by 20% for 3.6 seconds. Thirdly is your gear. Discipline Respite. Inner Sanctuary cooldown is decreased by 16.2%. And that is really good, especially for the AoE damage that it deals with. The head that we are using, the cooldown is so important. Thirdly, the pants is Companion's Melody. Mystic Allies durations is increased by 33%, and the reason why this is so good is because it is a solo PvE build, so your allies is an extremely huge help to you. So the longer they are alive or spawned or summoned, the longer you can easily clear out huge waves of enemies. And then the main hand is Unyielding Doctrine. Each time you deal damage with Fist of Thunder, you have a 10% chance of to be electrified, increasing your primary attack speed by 50% for 1 second. Fist of Thunder's damage is also increased by 3%. This is absolutely amazing. Like, this works well, so good. And in the first one that you can choose for your offhand is Mystic Allies cooldown decreased by 16.2% is Rod of Echoes. This is actually really so good as well, but you don't have to choose that. There is another option as well. Eye of the Storm, which is a cyclone strike radius is increased by 23%. So you can either choose that or you can choose Rod of Echoes. It can be whichever one that you want to have. But I personally, on my build, I have Eye of Storm, and then I have Unyielding Decurine, which is absolutely just so. Okay, now we come to the secondary gear set. So the set I have been using is Isatar Imbued. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but what it does with one of the abilities or one of the passive that you get for having the set is increase your movement speed, which is actually really nice, especially to get in and out of that sticky situations. So I'm going to put a setup here, and you can get the belt at Paragon 5 and Paragon 10. The boots you get at Paragon 25, and the gloves you get at Paragon 45, and the neck you get at Paragon 85, which is absolutely amazing. It is not that hard of a grind to get these items, like I said in the beginning of the video. So first we are going to go with the boots. The boots is going to be Isatar the Brute. The belt is going to be Isatar Contained. The gloves are going to be Isatar Opens Hands. The neck is going to be Isatar at Rest. And then the two rings is going to be Isatar Undone and Isatar Enraged. And now we come to the fun part. Like, the gems are absolutely, it is your choice. Like, there is not a huge demand on the gems that you must be using. It is your choice. You can go with whatever you want, but this is just the gems that I'm going to be using, or I am using. So it just helps you guys out a little bit more. So the first gem I'm using is Everlasting Torment. I'm looking at the second passive that you get for unlocking it. If you rank up, it is in your critical hits inflict agony, dealing 10% base damage plus 122 every seconds for 6 seconds. It is absolutely amazing. I love this legendary gem so much. It is a rank 1, so it is very easy to get. Secondly is the Nightmare's Wraith. This gem is absolutely amazing. Once again, I'm only looking at the second passive that you get from the gem. You have a 10% chance when you defeat an enemy to cause other nearby enemies to flee in fear for 0.8 seconds. Which makes this gem so amazing, especially with the fear, is due to you are solo. When you are like compound together in an area with a lot of enemies and you activate that fear, it instantly gives you a boost to either escape and summon your mystic allies when it's on cooldown again, and it is just so good. The third gem is the Hunger. Instantly heal for 40% of your base damage plus 567 total life when you defeat an enemy. This is absolutely amazing. It is basically like a built-in lifesteal that you get every 20 seconds. It is just top notch. Fourthly, Power and Command. Power and Command alternates states every 9 seconds. Power increases your primary attack damage by 8%. Command increases all other skills damage by 8, which is absolutely amazing because it increases your base attack damage as well as your Mystic Allies attack damage and your AoE from your inner circle. It is absolutely amazing. Berserker's Eye. Increase all damage you deal by 5.5%, but also increase all damage you take by 5%. Like, this is it has a pro and a con, but due to the legendary gem you have, the Hunger, like, this actually cancels out so much, especially if you proc that lifesteal every 20 seconds. It is just so good. And then last but not least, Lightning Core. Your primary attacks and movement slowly charges you up with electricity. When fully charged, your next primary attack will release Chain Lightning, dealing 90% base damage plus 1134 to nearby enemies. That is absolutely amazing. The damage this does with the solo PvE is just extraordinary. Like, everything merges in together so well. It is just beyond extraordinary. Now, last but not least, the Paragon that you are going to be using will be Vanquisher. Like, that is the main one that you are going to be using. The rest is up to you. You can pick and choose whatever you want, but the main one that you're going to be using is Vanquisher, due to a lot of its abilities that it gives, or passive that it gives, is for monsters in the PVE dungeons or PVE grounds. Guys, this is the build. This is my build. Here is the final layout of how everything looks. And then I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys make use of this build. Like I said, it is not the best build ever. It is my personal best build that I have created. So guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, take care of yourself, drink enough water, and stay thirsty.